What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the Daily Game Rui Costa. To be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this pack. My luck with these Daily Game players hasn't exactly been great, but this time things were a little different. I managed to get Rui Costa, and I was actually interested to see how he would perform. So I took him into a few games and gave him a proper test. Rui Costa is a player that immediately stands out because of his passing ability. The biggest skill for me is visionary pass. This makes him much more interesting as a creative midfielder because he can play those difficult passes into attacking areas and find runners behind the defense. He also has edge crossing, which gives him another way to create chances when he's positioned out wide. So instead of only relying on central passes, he can also contribute from the sides. And that's something I wanted to test in actual gameplay. After putting him into my squad, I mainly used him as a creative midfielder. And the first thing I noticed was how comfortable he feels when he has the ball. His passing is probably the strongest part of his game. When you're playing against a defensive opponent, having someone who can receive the ball in midfield and quickly move it forward can make a big difference. Rui Costa isn't the type of player you want to use by constantly running into physical battles. Instead, I found it better to keep the ball moving and use his passing to control the tempo. His movement also helps him find spaces around the midfield and attacking third. And once he gets into those areas, that's where his creativity becomes more noticeable. He can look for the final pass, switch the play, or simply keep possession and wait for an opening. Of course, Rui Costa isn't perfect. Physically, he's not going to bully defenders or dominate the midfield. And defensively, I wouldn't expect him to be the player winning the ball back for you. So you have to build your midfield around his strengths, give him the ball, let him create, and don't put him in situations where his physical limitations become a problem. For me, that's the best way to use him. If your playstyle is based around possession, quick combinations, and creating chances through passing, Rui Costa can fit in quite nicely. After testing him, I actually think Rui Costa is a pretty good daily game player. He's not necessarily going to be a must-have player for every squad, but considering that he's free, there's not much to complain about. And personally, I'm just happy that my luck finally changed. I went into this pack without expecting anything. And somehow I ended up getting the player I wanted. So if you also got Rui Costa, definitely give him a few games before deciding whether he's worth keeping. For me, his passing and creativity are the biggest reasons to use him, and that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the review, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.